What's up YouTube, Mambuna Marcus here. I figured I'd give you guys a little quick update on my red terror pair. These two really seem to be popular and a lot of you subscribers seem to really like them. Especially the male. I haven't really been able to showcase the female, but as you can see he's a top quality male. Beautiful finnage. He's getting very thick. I'd say he's around 11 inches. And the reason for the update, obviously, is that I've upgraded the aquarium. He's now in my former Dovi's aquarium. And that little bump on his head, nothing to, how can I say, be worried about. He just kind of bumped his head while chasing the female into this driftwood enclosure. So, like I said, it's a substantial upgrade. The tank itself is 135 gallon. So it's 6 feet long, 18 inches wide, and 2 feet tall. Like I said, I had my wolf cichlid in this tank for quite some time until obviously I gave him away. And to all those who wonder what happened to my Dovi, I'm aware that he's doing very well. I've seen a video on him recently, and I'd say he's probably around the 21-inch mark now. So he's an absolute monster. The video I just did right before this one, you'll notice that I had turned this tank after the Dovi into like a little community tank, like a real mixed community with a lot of little oddballs, bottom dwellers, you know, hill stream type loaches. But the thing is, with the amount of fish that I have at home, I really enjoyed the tank. It did very well. But the issue was the amount of real estate. I have a lot of fish that I'm raising and breeding out, and I really just couldn't give up, you know, a tank this size for that purpose anymore. You know, obviously if I could, I would have loved to have you know, kept everything in there and maybe turned it a little more into a fancy pleco aquarium. But in the meantime, you know, like I said, I kind of had to, my intent with this tank was eventually to get the red terror pair in there, but not until they were, you know, an appropriate size. So there's the male. Female just went into the enclosure. Maybe she'll come out again for you. But as you can see, they're doing really nicely. The female had quite a skittish nature anytime that I was around in the past. Especially if I pulled this camera out, she would run and hide. So as you can see, she's quite nice. I would say that this is a very high quality pair of red terrors, and I hope obviously that at some point they'll breed. Again, being in this large aquarium, there's definitely more tolerance between the two, which is excellent. There she goes. There's the male. Like I said, that bump, that's from chasing the female into the driftwood. Obviously he was figuring out and finding out the new tank arrangements. He didn't know them off by heart and paid the price, but you know, I'm going to add a second part of this video when the female comes out. If not, I could sit here for minutes, so I'll keep you guys posted. So here's the female. Like I said, she does get a little skittish around me. Male's giving her a little bit of a hard time. I threw some pellets into the tank. She's obviously scavenging them off the bottom. Sometimes it can take a little bit larger fish to accustom or adjust to a tank change. I've had it in the past where I've had other large cichlids, and after I moved them into a new tank, it could have taken, you know, sometimes a month or two before they'd eat. Obviously, the longer distance and time between moves, you know, probably has an effect on that. Some fish are just very confident, and it doesn't matter. They'll eat within, you know, no time after a tank change. But I found sometimes large cichlids can be very temperamental that way. And as you can see, you know, she went and hid back into the driftwood enclosure. But as you can see, like I said, I wanted to kind of showcase her to give you guys an idea, because the last couple videos have basically been about the male, and he was the only one I could really showcase. So as you can see, she's there. Her color changes quite a bit. This is one fish. Again, we're all aware of how cichlids change color based on mood, but I would say that the red terror's color change can be very dramatic, and how can I say, they can change it very quickly. So at one moment she'll show that she has no bars, and instead of red she'll go to like a light orange color, and then obviously when she's fired up, those bars become very, very defined, and the red intensifies. So there you go. See her a little bit better. Like I said, I'm very happy. Obviously, with her being in this aquarium, her confidence level is definitely up, and I think that's very important for her to make the next stages. You know, like I said, pair success, I think, is based on a lot of confidence from obviously both sides and both sexes, but especially when you're dealing with big cichlids and the males are extra large brutes, it's good to have a female that will definitely stick up for themselves. So there she is, and thanks for watching the update.